Where? Hello, everyone. Bill Adams, Realtor, Coldwell Banker Realty. Joining us today is Andrea and Brent Morgan. They are the owners of Right at Home. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, why don't we start out by you telling folks about your business?
Yeah.
Right at Home is an in-home care and assistance company, and we care for seniors and adults with disabilities, 18 plus.
Mm-hmm.
We offer companion and personal care, including transportation, showering, bathing, any sort of assistance that someone may need who has a handicap or disability.
All right. How did you get into the business?
Well, Brent worked for Right at Home previously as a general manager for about a year.
Oh, okay.
And then I ran a cleaning company. We've always wanted to own a small business together, so we've always kind of had that look. We've been looking for that. But what really kind of drove it home for us is we have a medically fragile child. And so we have had caregivers and nurses in our homes
Mm-hmm.
that kind of gave us that respite, gave us that ability to be able to do other things. And so he knew that once he got into that this was kind of our calling in life.
Mhm.
And so we kind of made the move out to Arizona and have been trying to make a difference in the lives of those around us.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, that's tremendous.
Yeah.
Starting your own business,
Yeah.
well, even making a move and starting your own business,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of time and energy and focus. What in particular were some of the greatest challenges that you faced?
The biggest challenge we have as far as our clients is wanting to serve and help everybody.
Hmm.
And a lot of times it's beyond our scope. So we're grateful to have community partners where we can refer them to. If it's home health related, we can refer to home health.
Hmm.
But we know we're in a small niche, a small market where we can help them with independence, to a standby assist, to a partial assist, to a full assist. But we can't do things like wound care and things like that.
Sure.
And so that's probably the hardest thing is trusting someone enough to refer your client who you love and care for off to somebody else has been a challenge. But fortunately, we found some good partners to partner with.
Hmm.
For our caregivers, it's changing their mindset. They're used to agencies being a certain way, and it's changing their mindset that our agency, our values are CPR, and for us that stands for caring, professional, reliable.
Uh-huh.
And not only do we expect that from each of our caregivers, but we tell them they should expect that from us,
Hmm.
that we can be caring, we can be professional, reliable for them, and for the type of work that they're looking for. We want them to advance with us,
Hmm.
even if that's beyond what we can provide. If they want to do an STNA or become an RN, we want them to know that we're okay being those stepping stones, that
Hmm.
they can use us to get to where they want to be professionally and personally, and that we're different than other agencies out there, that we do care for our employees as much as we care for our clients.
Hmm. Oh, that's great. So, from a challenge standpoint, it sounds like you've identified the fact that you need to understand what your what I call sweet spot is, or
Yes.
what your strength is,
Yeah.
and the areas that you don't want to find yourself wandering
Yep.
into, and
Yeah.
leave that to the pros.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So along this journey, I'm sure there's been some memorable experiences. Particular one you'd like to share with us today?
Oh, I think for me, when we were just starting out, I got to fill some of our shifts and help.
Hmm.
And it was such an amazing experience because we
Hmm.
worked with somebody who was on hospice. And so I was able to go in and be with this gentleman for the last few weeks of his life. And it was so rewarding for me to be able to be there. It was almost, I want to say, like sacred to a point where I was helping him with things that he just couldn't do anymore.
Hmm.
And it was also such a neat experience to be able to support his daughter-in-law as well, who was his main caregiver. And so I think that for me, it just kind of made me realize that what we're doing does matter, and that it's exactly what I want to do and where I want to be, is to be able to help um, those in our community age gracefully and safely, and
Hmm.
know that we're here to help when we can.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Particularly at that very critical stage of life.
It's
Yeah.
such a crucial time for not only the clients that we're caring for, but for the family that are trying their best to do the caring. So it's nice to have somebody to kind of lean on as well.
Yeah. What a
So,
great service. What a great attitude.
well, thanks. Yeah.
What are your clients saying about you? What do you hear back?
What do they like about? Well,
Us.
to be honest, us
and our caregivers.
Yeah, and I think the
Mhm.
reason why is because we really do strive to go above and beyond. We really do strive to like set us apart from others. We really honestly do care, and so we want to go the extra mile wherever we can. That might be like, I don't know, breakfast with Brent. He took in breakfast to one of our clients and
Figure out what their favorite breakfast
Yep.
is and bring them in and eat with them and just talk with them and get to know them.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, or like we might like paint their toenails, or like something that can bring joy into their life. But I do think that we're striving really hard to just for us to be the most important thing. That they're like, yeah, it's Brent and Andrea that sets them apart from others.
We always like to do warm handoffs with every new client and caregiver, which is unique. Just because we don't want a stranger to show up at their door, and caregivers are uncomfortable at the new place introducing themselves. So if Brent or Andrea are there to do that warm handoff between client and caregiver, it just makes everybody much more comfortable, and it gives us an opportunity to be in front of our clients and our caregivers much more often than the normal agency would.
Wow.
Stay present. Yeah.
Yep.
What a great touch.
Yep.
So what motivates Andrea and Brent?
What motivates us?
Our kids.
All right.
Our kids, the sense of accomplishment, helping those in need, and we do it for our kids. Our LLC is called Nagrom Ventures, and that's backwards for Morgan. And the reason we chose that name is because in Ohio we had our kids grew up with a fort in the backyard that I had built, and they found a piece of scrap wood and painted Nagrom, Fort Nagrom on the piece of wood. And it's actually, we had to take the fort down when we moved, but we actually kept the piece of wood, and it's right there on our wall with the pictures of our kids below it. And so this is kind of our adventure with Fort Nagrom. So
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
So I mean, you got your hands full with family,
Yep,
with business,
Yeah.
with clients, with staff.
Yeah.
You got to have some me time. What do you guys do for fun?
I run. I love running. I love running. I love exercising. It's a way to de-stress. I love to stay active. And I do have 5 kids, so that keeps me very active. But anything outside, same with him. He's an outside guy.
Yep, love the outdoors. I run behind her, usually a couple of steps, but I keep up. Anything outdoors, camping, fishing, hiking. I love aquarium keeping. As you can see, I've got a big fish tank on the wall there and several back at home. So that's kind of what my hobby is, breeding fish.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like you have
It's fun.
With the stresses of a business and a family, you also have great time to yourselves and with the family.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I really appreciate you taking time and sharing your story with all of us today.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much. This is Bill Adams, Coldwell Banker Realty. But hey, if you have a need, or a family member, a loved one that has a need for right at home services, please reach out to Andrea and Brent, and they'll take good care of you. Thanks so much for being with us.